Organic
Okay.
stick, so.
No. So for the lot size on binary, it is very different to what we have on forex market. Very, very different. Because the pairs we have here, they are highly volatile. Highly volatile. You have to be very, very careful when trading on this platform, and you need to have enough patience. Also,
Lord's patience.
like what happened here now. Look at what happened here. We have resistance here. Abi,
No.
let me use an operation. We have resistance here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you can't even see my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share. Shall we continue check? I'm using two screen here. What makes it?
No wonder. We can work, boy.
So this is the application itself. So we have resistance here. The price rejects. Why rejected in B? Let me use dark color. All right. Price why rejected in B. Support. Abi.
Yes, sir.
Price rise the B. Why rejected non B? For resistance. So the price breakout. What the test B? Price balance. Okay. Abi.
Yes, sir.
The same thing happened there again. Price was rejected, retested. We had a breakout. What we work by the price will breakout. But for the test made this time, price basically shoot up to was okay. So now look at what happens here again. Price came back, retested this point, and came all the way down here. Now price is here. Price still fair breakout to be now. So that means this high tendency we have a retest, and price will shoot up. Or we won't have a retest and price will keep shooting up. Like what we've seen happen in the past in this zone. So something happened to me this week. When we had this breakout and retest and we had this confirmation, I entered a sell. And I put my stop loss above here. Price came my way. My take profit was actually at this point and was ranging. This is 4 hour time frame. It took like 2 days. I just got frustrated. Like, why is this trading like this? Coming all the way back to my entry point. Even it almost broke yourself. I was like, hey, maybe it's no longer valid. I just closed one of my positions. I haven't closed one in loss yourself because I entered like 2 positions. So later, and now finally I entered the trade again. But I got out around there again because of how it was just ranging. So the reason why I closed the trade is because I have other pairs I was trading to. But what I want to bring out is this. It took a long time, ranged a lot before it eventually came all the way down and hit my target. So that means it's this market tested by patience. So if you are not patient, you just close your trades unnecessarily. You close your trade unnecessarily. You have to trust your analysis. So if I have trust my analysis, if I just left the trade and I leave my take profit and my stop loss and I just forget this trade, I would have just opened my charts today and just see that it has hit my take profit. So anytime you analyze on this market, there are sometimes price won't go your way on time. you just have to be patient. Patient. So, in as much you have set your stop loss and your take profit, just be patient until price comes your way. Don't get emotionally attached to your trades.
Okay, sir.
All right. All right. So I want to check something. I was started the analysis. All right. So because I can't zoom or move the chart anyhow here on MT5, that's the reason why I recommend trading view. You can see trading view. I can move the chart. So that's why I like trading view. That's why I like using trading view. Okay, so let me turn my screen back to trading view. So you can see what I'm saying. You can move the chart on trading view. So now this is the same pair, so I'm going to analyze it here on trading
Step
view.
index.
Step index here. So first thing we'll notice here, what do you notice? Price moved all the way. We had an uptrend market, maybe.
Yes, sir.
So now, okay, well, let me just first explain this. I've forgotten I want to talk about the lot size. And this is our lowest point. That's our lowest point in the market. So where's our resistance?
Okay, don't break.
Long break. Okay, like you see gap.
Yes.
Yeah, we had gap in the market.
Nobody
No, it
traded.
was no, not like nobody traded. It's like a break, like we call this gap. In forex market, it always happens during the weekend when people are on break. So we had a lot of movements, high liquidity, and it always causes the gap, if there's one major news. But in this binary market, you can say it's because of the high volume and the liquidity when it was first listed. So that's why we have all this gap. But once it becomes stable, the gap reduced. Even though we still have it in some places here. So anytime they are doing their maintenance, if the nurse is doing maintenance, we always have this gap most times too. So we just equate the maintenance period of the nurse gap to the gap of when forex to when we are in our weekend and we have a weekend gap.
Okay.
So what do you see next year now? We can see that price was rejected also at this point. We have
Is it the lot size you are explaining?
no, not lot size. I'm currently analyzing the chart. I will explain the lot size. So price was rejected here too. Resistance. And what happens next? See price retested here, we came all the way down here. The price moved up again. So we have a new high here. We have a new resistance here. We have a new resistance and we have a new support. New resistance and the new support. So we now realize that price failed to create new highs and lows. Abi,
Yes, sir.
it failed to create new highs and low, and price came back to this zone. We tested the resistance once again. You can see price. This is our last resistance. Price broke it and came back to retest the resistance, and price dropped all the way down to our support. So this support was very strong, and we can see price was rejected at that point, but failed to retest our resistance once again. And we can see we eventually had a breakout. We eventually had a breakout from the support zone. Price retested it before price eventually starts to drop. So now, to draw a trend line here, how are we going to draw it? So we connect our first and second trend line. You get this?
Yes, sir.
So now we have a new resistance. We have a new resistance here after the breakout. So now I'm only interested in my new lines that after this breakout. So we have a support here. So I'm drawing new lines now. So new resistance, new support. So I'm moving all these out, but leaving my trend line only. So we have a new resistance here, and we have a new support here. So now we have 2 points. So we can draw a trend line now, connecting our first and second point. I believe you get what
Yes.
I'm connecting.
Yes,
This
sir.
is my first
The blue
point.
lines.
Yeah, and this is the second eye. So those are the 2 points which I connect together. So let me zoom in. So I can extend the lines. So I need to extend the lines. Let's extend the lines and see what is happening on this chart. Okay, so I've extended the line. So let's see if we've drawn it accurately. Is it actually it? No. So it's not accurate. You need to draw the line accurately, or else your analysis is not valid. All right, good. So you can see what is happening right now. So price bounced off from that point. Do you see what is happening?
Yes.
So price has been rejected at this point several times, but we see price kept failing and kept coming back into this structure. So now this is what we consider now. So we have a long trend line. We have a long trend line. And so let's continue with our highs and low. So now, after the breakout from this point, after the breakout from here, we have a big drop and price came all the way to retest. the trend line, but broke the trend line. So after price broke the trend line, our downtrend is still valid because price was rejected at our previous support level.
Yes.
It kept getting bounced off here and price dropped all the way down again. So let's check what is happening now in the market. So after we had the breakout from our trend line, the downtrend will only get invalidated if price should rise up here and break this resistance level. So even if price still keeps ranging here, we are still in a valid downtrend until price break this point. So you should understand what is going on with the market. All right, so I'm going to take this because we're interested in what is happening again after the breakout of the trend line. So after price broke out from the trend line and see price moved, shit, I don't want to take that. Okay, good. Price moved up here and create a new support, kept ranging. So now we want to know our valid resistance and support. So we have a support here. We had a support there, and we have resistance there. All right, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's see. Okay, so we eventually have a breakout here. We first had a breakout here and a retest, but it's got invalidated. Price came all the way back into the zone. So eventually have a breakout, price entered the zone again, but we have a valid one here. Price stopped there. So we have a new support and a new resistance. So we had a breakout again. Had a breakout again. Price came all the way down here. And retesting now. Retesting. Okay. So retesting the trend line. But that is okay. So you know what I'm showing you now is highs and lows. Highs and
Yes.
so now let's draw a trend line to connect all these together. So don't forget you connect the first and which one is the second.
Okay.
So we have a new trend. We have a new trend line here. and I'm connecting the support too. I want to show you what is happening in the market. So let me use another color for this, and let me thicken it. This is, let me use blue. Do you understand what I'm doing here?
Yes, sir.
So connecting the resistance, the second valid one, the support, the valid support. So we don't, so look at what happened now. I want to show you what is happening in the market. So everything has a reason. See what happens. Price retested the trend line once again.
Yes.
So, and price has retested this trend line several times. See, price always gets bounced off anytime it tests this trend line. It was only once when price broke the trend line here and came all the way back to respect it. So that's the reason why I'm expecting a very long buy on
Step index.
step index, very long buy, so that it can also give us this point. So there's this trend line and will eventually break this trend line. I sent it, okay, I'm not sure if I sent it to you.
What's that?
I sent the chart patterns to you. Did I?
Yes.
I sent some chart patterns. So what kind of chart pattern is this? What chart pattern is this?
Okay. Wedge.
Wedge. Wedge, are you sure?
It's not even shoulder, it's not this.
This is not wedge.
This is not, is it in basket and shoulder? It's not head and shoulder.
What do you say? This is
Okay, is
called
it continuous?
This is called bullish expanding triangle.
No, Oga.
Bullish expanding triangle. It is a reversal pattern. So that means price will come up here, break here, and price will start going up. You know, this looks like this is a downtrend, and price will start going up. So I should have entered this market from here, but let's see our last support we had there before price came all the way to retest the trend line here. The point is also very important. That is this point. This was our last support. So let's give it. Okay, good. So look at what is happening here. So price got rejected here. So I was expecting price to come all the way to close above this line. Then I'll be able to buy step index. So if I've been using a 4-hour time frame, I would have gotten opportunity to enter. You see 8 hours time frame. Look at the pin bar, which showed a good buy. Yes. On 8-hour time frame. And on 4-hour time frame, let's see. So that means your first trade you are taking is step index. We are buying for a long time. We're buying for a long time. Step index. All right. So that's for this video. I've analyzed step index. So the next thing I'm going to do, because time is almost up here, is show you how to.
And Helga, you said I will buy step in there, but you don't tell. What about
Yeah,
the entry point?
the lot size and everything. I'm going to explain.
Okay, sir.
And when to enter the trade, I'm also going to explain.
Okay.
So I'll send you another link. So I'm going to explain outside.
Okay, sir.
All right.